Hello and welcome back to my channel. Here I am again in my sunny little spot. Today I have decided to do like a tourist day in Munich. So I've booked one of those hop on, hop off buses, like the classic red sightseeing bus. And I think it takes me to like 13 different stops. And I've seen probably like half of them, but I haven't done a full tour at any of them. So I'm gonna take you along with me and show you some of like the main, really good, must-see sightseeing spots in Munich. Let's go. Okay, so here I am back at the OG, really noisy bus stop. So don't mind the audio in this, sorry about that. But as you can see, I put on a really big, comfy turtleneck because I really was ambitious going out in that light mock neck black thin shirt. It's a lot colder than it looks. It's like sunny and seems like spring, but it's like, I don't know, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which for someone from Miami is pretty cold. Anyways, I just wanted to mention, if I ever talk really weirdly and quietly when I'm in my room, like in those little clips, it's because my room is so echoey and I find it really awkward if my host family hears me just like talking to the camera by myself in my room. That's why I'm always really awkwardly quiet when I'm sitting there. Some days I know they aren't home so I can be louder, but it just, I don't know. Also, I'm not going to film myself going into Munich, like getting there, because by now you guys know the drill. It's pretty much bus, train, and then walking a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice getting those clips for not having to feel so awkward filming myself doing those things, because people look at me like I'm crazy. Just like all the cars passing right now are probably thinking I'm crazy. So yeah, you guys can use your imagination of me getting into Munich today. Okay, so I got on the top floor, the front seat, so I have an awesome view. Have my ticket, my little multilingual map, and my headphones for the tour. And I'm really excited to learn more about these sites that I've been seeing and to share some of that with you guys. Okay, hello. I'm reporting some of the facts I learned. I was like jotting down notes while the audio was playing on my phone. So this is gonna be kind of haphazard, but I'm gonna try to put it in over the correct video clip. So one interesting thing that they said on the tour was that in Munich, the temperature can actually drop 20 degrees Fahrenheit in the matter of minutes due to this special weather condition where winds are coming down from the mountains. And I thought it was funny because they said that Germans will often blame anything that goes wrong on this weather condition, like, oh, our soccer team, our football team lost because of this condition. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but I'll put the name of the condition here. So next, the Marienplatz is this beautiful building that was in my week 1 video, and it's actually called a Rathaus, and that means town hall, which is just like a funny translation to me. And they have two things that go to like the whole, how do I explain this? The whole building has little figures outside, like huge figures outside, and everything turns on and becomes animated once a day at 11 a.m. And the two songs that play while like these little figures are dancing, one represents the wedding of, oh God, it auto-corrected, of some royalty, and the second one is a traditional dance that happens in the Bavarian culture like once every 7 years, and these two animations represent those things.
Angel, sing from above, every day would seem.
There is a place called the Residence Theater, and it was like a theater for, again, some royalty. Sorry, I'm like butchering this, but it was a quick audio tour that I had to like write down things. There was a theater that actually burned down, and in 1825, the royalty, or like the rulers in Munich, placed a beer tax in order to raise funds to rebuild their theater. And I just thought that was funny, because what is more German than making this, like, the citizens have a beer tax? Like, of course you would raise funds so quickly with doing that. And something that I didn't know is that in Germany it's typical to bring your own food to beer gardens. So the examples that he gave are pretzels, radish, and cheese. And like, you just come and order a beer, but you eat your own food, which I didn't know. Another one that is really cool is the Deutsches Museum, and this is a science and technology museum, which I've actually been to, but I didn't know that it's one of the biggest in the world. So it was actually really cool when I went. They had it's a huge museum. I did not even see probably a quarter of it. Like, it's huge. And it was really cool. My favorite part that I saw was the transportation section. So it showed like an airplane hangar, and it was so cool. It showed how the humans in flight happened, all the way from studying bugs and birds and how they were like aerodynamic and stuff, and it's just like really informative. And then it was cool because like all the planes were on a level that was like above you, and then you had where you walked, and then underground was the underwater transportation, like submarines. So that was like a cool visual experience. So yeah, I didn't go in today to the Deutsches Museum, but I highly recommend it. Oktoberfest, the famous Oktoberfest, was originally a horse race in 1810 that was organized for a wedding, and the royalty, it was like a royal wedding, and they allowed the Munich citizens to participate in a feast, and that turned into the festival that happens every year now.
When you press me to your a world where roses bloom. When you speak, angel, sing from above. Every day would seem turning into love song.
Okay, so I just finished the 1 hour city tour, and as you can see, I really didn't like hop on, hop off a lot, just because a lot of the things were just like actually sightseeing and like not actually something you needed to get out for. But now I'm going on a 1 hour tour of Schwabing, and I think it goes to the English Gardens as well. So yeah, gonna get that tour in today, and then we'll see how much time I have left for the third tour.
The Museum Brandhorst is a really cool contemporary art museum. But what I thought was cool is that the outside is actually made of 36,000 ceramic bars, and it just creates this really cool rainbow effect. So those are all of the facts that I could quickly jot down, and that kind of gives you a glimpse into the kind of things that they tell you on the tour.
Okay, so I have finished both tours.
Hello everyone, I'm back from the bus tour, and I didn't film like right afterwards because I just felt so awkward because I was like in the city and then in the train station, and it was just not a vibe. So I'm filming now, and I want to say like a little bit about the tour and what I thought of it and my suggestions. So let me see, I have the pamphlet. I did the 1 hour city tour, so it's like this one, and the Schwanbing tour, which is this blue one. And so it was a total of 2 hours. And I actually did not get off the bus one time, except for to change tours, because a lot of the places it stopped at were more so like you just really sightsee. You don't need to actually get out, which I'm not complaining about because it was actually really nice to just kind of cruise on the bus. They had a lot of really interesting facts, which actually I'm going to sprinkle throughout the video, so you've probably already heard them. So overall, I would suggest this if you have like 24 hours in Munich, you are pressed for time, you want to be taken from site to site as quickly as possible, and don't want to have to think about a schedule. This is a really good option. So I did the city sightseeing München tour, and it's the winter one, so they have a different one for summer and winter. And this is just like the main company that does them. It's the Big Red Bus Company. So I would say, yeah, if you only have 24 hours, this is a good option. You get to see a lot of the city, especially if you book the 1 day one, or if you have 2 days, you could do the 2-day tour. And the good part about it is that you can book it and use it within 365 days. So you have a whole year to decide which day you want to do it on. So if you book it and then you feel like that day, oh, you just want to relax and not go on a tour, then you can use it the next day. But I would say that if you have a longer time in Munich, it might not be worth it. I think it was about $20, or it was like $25 for the 2-day tour, and I think $20 for the 1 day. If you have more time here, then I would say don't do it, because you can take other tours that you can get more out of it. I would say they gave us like 2 facts per site, and a lot of times the audio system wasn't perfectly connected with the actual bus, so you didn't really know what he was referring to on the audio system. So I would either book your own walking tour for specific sites that you know you want to see, or just go visit them and do your own research on the sites if you want to save some money. Plus you can spend more time at them and not have to be on this thing's schedule. So that is my sort of review of this hop on, hop off tour. I actually really enjoyed my day today. I learned a lot about Munich and the different sites that are here. So yeah, that is my acting as a tourist in Munich, and I'm gonna use my second day when my mom is here, so there might be a part 2 to this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope maybe it gave you some ideas about what you want to do or don't want to do when you come to Munich, if you come to Munich. If you liked it, you can give it a like. If you have a question or comment, you can comment. And if you want to follow me along this journey, you can subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.